It was easy.
Hey, can I get a kit too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just walk up and ask for a kit, and convenience store clerks bagged up a glass crack pipe, Chore Boy scrubber that serves as a filter, and sometimes a lighter included too.
Can I get a kit?
Last April, a co-worker and I went around Louisville undercover with a hidden camera and walked out of stores 9 times with crack cocaine smoking kits.
I was quite shocked.
Can I get a kit too? Kit.
And somewhat amazed.
Wave 3 News had a story that really showed it to everybody, that it asked the question, why aren't we doing something about it?
Last October, Metro Council did something about it, passing these 2 ordinances, making it unlawful to sell drug paraphernalia and revoking the alcohol license of any business caught doing it. Does anyone care?
And let me get a kit. Okay. A kit.
5 months later, a co-worker and I went back out undercover to see if the crack kit crackdown's having any effect.
It was all in the news, you know.
Some got the memo.
And they make it illegal, and I don't know why, but it's just glass.
Different story at Stop and Go on Poplar Level Road.
Y'all got any rose kits?
Yeah.
How good ones?
Straight.
Yeah. You got the whole kit?
Like with the burl on everything?
Yeah.
1 and 1?
Yes.
The grocery store on Rockford Lane bags me up a kit.
Yeah. Can I get a kit? A rose kit?
Straight pipe you want?
So does Stop and Save on 7th Street Road. The Speedy Mart at 4th and Winkler was the focus of a Wave 3 News investigation in 2017 with all the drug dealing and using we recorded in the parking lot right outside the front door.
Can I get a rose kit?
You said rose?
Yeah.
They sell kits too.
You don't got the whole kit?
$7.79.
Some are disguising the pipes.
Kit
Yeah.
I got on the road.
This one slipped into a cigar box.
Valentine Rose is called.
This one marketed for Valentine's Day.
That's the legal name to call.
Okay.
Or when you want to buy it.
I'm John Boel with Wave 3 News. When we went back to the stores and the workers who sold us kits, we met confusion or outright denial when we asked if they knew about the new ordinance designed to stop the sale of the kits.
No, I don't know. We don't sell them here. We don't sell them.
You did sell us one, yes.
I really didn't know.
Yeah, we came in here the other day and bought one of these crack kits from you, the crack pipe.
From
and
me?
Yeah, from you.
Personally? We don't sell that stuff, brother.
Yeah, no, we had a hidden camera on and we
Yeah, but we don't have we don't have that stuff, and I don't know what you're talking about.
We came in here the other day and bought this crack pipe Shore Boy from you. Are you aware that that's not legal?
Oh no, I wasn't. Actually, I thought we were supposed to sell straight pipes.
If it's legal to sell this, why did you disguise it and put it in a cigar box?
They need it like that. I have it in my hand. Can you put it that one? Just I
No, we didn't ask for it in a box. We didn't ask for that.
Do you guys sell these?
No, sir.
Well, we bought one here. Were you aware that they passed a law now in the city where they can take the liquor license away if you sell drug paraphernalia, bowls and pipes and things like that?
I'm ready to take them all in the garbage if that one is not legal.
And that's what the owner of this store does, on the spot, cleaning out his glass pipes and bongs and throwing them in the trash. We shared the results of our investigation with the head of the city department that's in charge of this enforcement, alcoholic beverage control.
They're out there every day, working undercover.
Robert Kirchdorfer says his officers have cited 8 stores since the Metro Council beefed up the law.
Is it a case of ignorance of the law or willful disobedience, do you think?
And I've sat through a couple of hearings when people were coming in and they were just saying they bought them from their distributor and thought they were legal. I can't go to the intent, but I think it's pretty clear that these things are what they're used for.
So if someone came in here to buy one today, you would not sell this?
No way.
Why not?
Because you told me this the one that people use them for the crack, stuff like this is not healthy for the people, no.
Hearings are scheduled soon for the 8 places cited by ABC. Kirchdorfer says he'll push for fines for first offenses and alcoholic beverage license revocation for second offenses. He says they'll review the story you just saw for any other violations. John Boel, Wave 3 News.
Are they selling drugs right there?
How about this? Eat my man.
It's hard to get answers about what's going on at the corner of Peachtree and Sale the conventional way. We're doing a story on this house, in this house right over here. But if you back off and secretly watch what's going on, like I did, you might be surprised, especially after 1120 Sale Avenue has been busted twice in recent months on charges including heroin trafficking, heroin possession, drug paraphernalia, and a convicted felon with a gun. No matter when I watch, morning, noon, or night, every few minutes, I record men and women going to the back door, spending a couple of minutes inside, and coming back out. As many as 15 per hour. Passing each other, coming and going. Some of them emerge handling plastic-wrapped packages, stuffing them in their pockets as they walk away. Many are discreetly dropped off down the street and then picked up by the waiting cars a few minutes later. And often, they're moving fast. What are they buying? I watch these two go in, come out a couple of minutes later, and then I follow them as they ride their bikes straight over to Taylor and Bicknell, the site of the nearest mobile needle exchange, where they load up with free taxpayer-furnished syringes. The house across the street from 1120 Sale is almost as busy, and when one of them is closed or doesn't have what they came for, the customers go to the other home. Police tell me there is no question when scores of people come and go from a house after spending a couple of minutes inside, they're buying drugs. It never lets up. On August 12th, when a man was shot in the face in a drive-by half a block away on Longfield Avenue, the police chopper circling above and patrol cars driving by looking for suspects, business remains brisk at both of the homes I'm watching. And on July 23rd, when what appears to be a detective and a patrol car show up at 1120 Sale, the customers scatter, but it all fires back up again 20 minutes after they leave. LMPD refused our request to do an interview about this report. Neighbors are too afraid to do interviews.
Hey, how are you? I'm John Boel with Wave 3.
So I tried to talk to the people coming out of the two houses. These two closed the garage door and took off as soon as they noticed us.
I've been watching here the last couple of weeks, and it looks like that house right there is selling drugs, and that people are coming here for drugs as well.
Nobody's coming here. I'm not.
You're not selling drugs right here?
No, nobody's doing anything.
Do you live here?
I got nothing to say to you.
Are you guys selling drugs out of that house right there?
Man, I don't live there, and I ain't got nothing to say to you. Can you quit harassing me? There's no answers. There's nothing to talk about. Why am I getting bombarded here?
Why did you guys close up the garage here and take off when we came up?
I'm getting ready to leave.
Okay.
I'm leaving.
So nobody on this block here is selling drugs?
I don't know. I don't nothing to do with anything.
And there is no break in the action even on August 6th.
Let's go!
During National Night Out Against Crime. While citizens bond with police at the park a few blocks away to try to make their neighborhood safer, their neighborhood is filled with people steadily coming and going from two homes at the corner of Sale and Peachtree. John Boel, Wave 3 News. They'd gone 90 days without a workplace injury. They've gone 30 years with these workplace memories.
And he had this big black rifle, and he just blasted away.
On September 14th, 1989, the sign inside the Standard Gravure printing plant was supposed to spell danger, but anger erased everything.
This door opened, and this muzzle is about as big as that camera, looked like when he pushed it open, and he just went pow, pow, pow.
A disgruntled worker who'd been vowing for a year to get even after being placed on disability walked in with a duffel bag full of guns. He went with the AK-47.
He shot everybody 3 times, stepped outside, turned the clip over, and came back in and started backwards.
Mike Campbell shot 6 times in a lunchroom filled with guys who had nowhere to go.
When I went down on the table, I turned my head that way, opposite of him, and hoping he wouldn't see me breathe. I was holding my breath and everything else, and I thought, what in the hell is happening? I'm going to get shot. I got shot. I have no idea why.
And I sort of curled up and laid on one side, trying to show.
Trying to play dead?
Yeah, I was trying to show I wasn't breathing.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't want to move a finger.
Gordon Shearer was in the lunchroom too. It's taken 30 years, but he can finally talk about it.
I just laid there, opened my eyes.
Sort of.
Floor's just covered in blood. I didn't know whether I could move my arms, legs. And then the door came open and it started all over again. He emptied it in there again.
People were hiding under their desk, and a couple gentlemen were hiding in the bathroom.
There was no such thing as active shooter training in 1989, no police policy. The first arriving officers rushed inside without body armor, along with TV news photographers.
You know, it's the old saying, you'd rather be a dead hero than a live coward. The thing I remember most about that day is none of us had any regard of getting injured.
We went in the door and got on the elevator and went up to the second floor, and you could smell gunpowder in the elevator.
On September 14th, Louisville learned it didn't have enough ambulances or gurneys, so police rushed victims to the hospital in their patrol cars.
At the time, why don't the EMS come? Where is EMS? But they were there. They was overwhelmed. They didn't have the personnel or the equipment to handle that kind of situation at that time.
Somehow, Gordon Shear got out of the trapped lunchroom, hit only once by a bullet that had traveled through his dead coworker.
And I got out the side doors and to the guard shack, and the guards grabbed me and they said, sit down here. Said, you're hurt bad. I said, hell, you don't know what bad is.
When the gunman killed himself, there were 8 bodies to transport after the 12 wounded survivors. 30 years later, the Standard Gravure massacre doesn't even make the top 20 deadliest U.S. shootings list anymore. The plant's long gone, but if you turn on the TV, after what seems like monthly mass shootings now, you'll hear the same sound bites we aired 30 years ago.
It's unfortunate that people blame an object like this for a person's problems.
And I cannot understand why a country as progressive as ours would allow any ordinary citizen to own an assault rifle, which by its very description defines its purpose.
One thing has changed since then. All 3 survivors I interviewed have severe PTSD. I caught up with Jackie Miller as she was being evicted from her apartment. Shot 4 times that day, she had 7 surgeries on her leg, but what's going on in her head is the real problem.
I wake up mornings, most people wake up and they see what's in their bedroom with pictures on the wall and the sheet and the window. I see blood. I see my blood and my insides, all the skin that got blown out of me, running down the wall at Standard Gravure.
Mike Campbell didn't start suffering from PTSD until 8 years ago.
I'll get up sometime and I'll be crazy because, can't you see that person over there? There would be people in the room walking through.
The first time Gordon Shearer left the house 2 years after the shooting, there was a birthday party at the restaurant he was at.
Somebody saw fit to start popping balloons, and with that, I was up on my feet. I turned tables and chairs over, and I run into all kinds of stuff, and I made a mess before I got out of there, but I got out of there.
He got out of the restaurant, he got out of Standard Gravure, and he got out of this interview early because I could tell how badly it was tearing him up to relive it all. The only question left is one I don't have to ask, because he does all the time.
I wonder why I'm still here.